Guys, Stephanie Garrett here. In this video, we're going to be making a layered chain mixed metal bracelet. Now, this is just another video in my bracelet series, and we're going to be doing something really fun today. I made this. This is a 5-layer bracelet of mixed metal. Well, it's all kind of the same color, but different sizes, and there's a layer of beads in here as well. These are kind of silver beads. And some of this chain I got at a bead store. You know how they measure it out and then they, cut it for you. And then some of it, like I got this one here at a bead store as well, which is really nice, really cool. And then some of it I bought at a craft store, like this piece. So you can kind of mix and match the different sizes and textures of the chain to give you a really cool look. Now this one has, I put a lobster claw closure on it, as you can see. And I also put some charms on here to give it that extra oomph, zhuzh it up, if you will, to zhuzh it up. And I thought it looked really cool. Like, it looks so pricey. And you know, they have these out at different places. You can find them at Macy's or whatever. And generally, they are not cheap if you get them, you know. So I feel like, hey, I can make that, right? And make it my own. And when choosing something like this, think about the different sorts of chain you want to use, because it can skew a little expensive and a little junior. But you know, we don't do that around here. We do glitz and glam, honey. That's why you're tuning in. So, but yeah, I like that this, and look how pretty that looks on. Oh my goodness, right? Look at that. Gorgeous. Like, I don't know, it's just awesome and very unique. And so the one we're going to be making today is actually 4 layers. And I kind of started on it ahead of time just to save for time. But I got some rhinestones here. Can you see that? Rhinestones. And this was a full piece when I got it, and I had to cut it down. And I cut them all down to about 7 inches, but I'll show you that. And I got this at a craft store, I think. And then this particular little piece here, this ring, see that? I got that. That's an individual piece, hand-picked piece. This was probably like $1.75 just for that. I just liked it because it has that flat hammered silver look, and I thought it looked really cool. And I added some charms to it to just give it that extra oomph and zhuzh it up and, you know, make it look sophisticated, because that's what I do, right? That's what we do. That's why you're tuning in. And I got a couple of more layers to go with that. These two. This one I got at a bead store. They measured and cut it for you. It's a little bit more expensive than the rest of them. And then this layer of connector beads. These are silver, I believe. Yeah, silver, like a lighter silver. And the other one is like a dark gunmetal gray. And I even started on some copper. Not a big fan of copper. I actually ordered this chain offline, and I wasn't real crazy about it when I got it because it feels inexpensive to me. But you know, sometimes when you order online, you don't exactly get what you think you're getting. But I can still make it work and, you know, still make something cool out of it, right? I mean, you know, it doesn't have to go to waste. Even twisting it like that and then connecting them all would make it look really cool. But I'm going to start on that one as well. So we're going to have 3. But right now we're just going to make the silver one. So, and I'm going to use the clamp closure, which is what you're going to need, or one of these, whatever closure you choose. Even a toggle closure would be good too. A lobster claw is good. You're going to need some jump rings. Put my ring back on. You're going to need some jump rings. These are 10 millimeter, the thick ones, the very thick ones. See that? Look at the thick size of that, because it'll hold the chain better. And you're going to need your cutters here, your wire cutters here. Although, I don't know, some people wouldn't use these for chain. I do. They tend to work okay for me. I actually have some heavy duty ones, but for this particular project, this is what I'm going to use. And your bent nose pliers and your chain nose pliers, which are these. So you should have all these tools in your arsenal already and know how to use them at least a little bit. So let's go ahead and get started on our mixed metal chain length layered bracelet. Okay, let's go ahead and get started on our project. So I'm going to go ahead and move the copper out of the way. But I just wanted you to see, you know, how you can add different textures and layers and colors and everything to the bracelet You can have all one color and different sort of textures, or you can even mix and match any of these and make it all look really nice. And they're all pretty much the same length, about 7 inches or so, or a little over 7 inches. They can even be shorter because once you put the toggle clasp on it, or your clasp, it's going to add a little bit more length to it. And you don't want it too big, and you don't want it too small. So 7 inches is probably pretty standard. I'm going to go ahead and put these aside for now while we work on our silver one. See, I had everything all laid out, but kind of decided I didn't really like the copper too much. I may put a picture of it up in the video later, just so you can see, what it looks like. But we're going to do our silver one now. And then this is the gunmetal gray that I already finished, which I think is really nice. Wow, look at that. That's cool, right? Okay, so I went ahead and started on it, and I put the jump ring on already to connect the chain to the ring, because this is what you're going to put your clasp on, kind of like so, right? So once it's all said and done, it's going to connect like that. And I happen to like a bigger ring just because I think it looks a little nicer, and it gives it that extra something special, I think. So this is a rhinestone chain here, rhinestone and chain, which I thought was really unique. I thought that's kind of pretty together. So you go ahead and you put your jump ring on there. Fairly simple. Take your pliers here, have it opened, because these are really thick, so you may want to hold on to it really well. And go ahead and you should probably lay everything out just to see how you want it to look. Move your pieces over. And this one, because the ring is a little small, it has to take a little bit more maneuvering to get it in, right? And then you take it like that, and then you just, see, it snaps apart. Let me see. These are tough, right? Yeah, tough, huh? And you close it up, bam, like that. Okay, let's get that one out of the way so you can see. Now it's all nice and connected. And lay it out to see if it's not bunching. Make sure it's not bunching up. If everything looks really good and it's laid out in the pattern that you like. And what you're going to do is, for something like this, the beads, you would add a smaller jump ring to connect to the bigger jump ring to connect to the big ring. And that makes sense? Hope it's kind of clear so you can see that. I just added a smaller jump ring just to give it a little length. And you would do it the same exact way I just did the other jump ring. And you lay everything out and make sure it looks really good. And make sure nothing's bunching or anything like that. And because these are kind of thick, I went ahead and I'm going to do 2 and then connect 2. And we're going to connect it to here. And see, that's pretty thick. So you can connect that like that. Okay, so let's try that. You got your jump ring. This is 10 millimeter, I believe. And I like that it's nice and thick. Because it holds better. And I would do it like this, just to turn it upside down to make sure, because sometimes when you do this, it lays funky. And you don't want it to lay that way. You want everything to connect and be really nice and everything like that. So we're going to go ahead and close that. And so that's closed. Now I did measure this. So you figure with that on there, the ring, let's see, get in there. There we go. With that on there in the ring, it's going to put it probably a little over 8 inches maybe. But it's not going to feel like 8 inches when you put it on, strangely enough. You're going to have just a little room for it to hang. It won't hang, too big or anything. It won't, depending on the size of the wrist, I guess. My wrist is a general size 7. So it won't, it'll fit really nice on a size 7 wrist, or, it's like probably 7, 7.5, even 8-inch wrist, maybe. Anything smaller is probably going to be a little too big. So if that's the case, you could just take out a link in each one and shorten it. So it's going to be shorter like that if you want it for smaller wrist. Now I'm going to take my other jump ring here. See that? Already opened it. And this is the jump ring that I put on for the beads to connect it. Kind of like so. Put a gunmetal gray ring on there. And I put this on there. And before I close it, what I'm going to do is, let me see here. I'm going to go ahead and put that on there, right? And then I'm going to go ahead and connect that to that. So everything's nice and connected. You close it up, right? And pretty much you are done. That's it. See, nice and simple. And again, with the simpler projects, the materials should be a little bit more expensive, if you say, or at least look expensive. You can kind of mix and match everything. You know, just gives it that extra level of fabulousness, I would like to say. So everything is nice and connected. Now something like this would probably lay like that. Look at that. See, that's done. Done. So easy. Easy and simple. Look at that. It's pretty, huh? Wow. Cute. And you can put on whatever kind of charms you want. I happen to had a few starfish charms, so I added a starfish just with a jump ring and this little rhinestone, I guess you'd call it. Just added that, and that's pretty much it. I mean, this is a nice little easy simple project. And you can get like 4 or 5 little chains. You can put all kinds of little, so see like some copper things. You can hang some copper from it, or copper, maybe not with the silver, but you know, you can had a one of these. You can put one of these on it. You can just go crazy with adding your little charms and stuff. I probably put a few more charms on there. Of course, you don't want it to make it look too junky either. But that's it, your layered chain mixed metal bracelet. Okay, so we are done with our chain layer mixed metal bracelet, and I wanted to try it on for you to see, show you how it looks. And this is how it looks. Isn't it pretty? That's how it hangs. Oh my goodness, so it looks so expensive, right? With the beads and the flat silver there, with the rhinestones and the lighter silver there, the shiny silver, with the hammered silver piece, and the clamp closure there with the charms, the starfish rhinestones. It has little rhinestones on it. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, and then it has the bigger rhinestones there. So very cute, very sophisticated. It looks expensive, like I said, and you know, this passes the black dress test and the white jeans and t-shirt test. And that means you can pretty much wear this with anything. So if you make your own, I encourage you to choose, you know, different types of chain, different sizes of chain. You can do some chunky chain, you can do little chains, and you can link them all together. You can twist them up. You can do a lot of different things. I just made these because this was kind of simple and easy, and I just wanted to share this with you. And here is the gunmetal gray with the silver, the dark silver gunmetal gray beads, link beads in there with the chunky chain. And see how cool that looks? Just really cool. And I used a little bit bigger jump ring on that one with the lobster claw here, and the little charms, they're like little bullets. Makes it look edgy and cool, which, you know, we love around here. We like edgy, cool, glamorous. We like foxy. We like it all. So I encourage you to make your own chain layer mixed metal bracelet, and send me a photo, send me a video in the comments, and let me know what other kind of videos you want to see. So make sure you subscribe, and you know what? I'll catch you next time. Ciao.